So a week ago yesterday, we left Northern California
Okay.
at like 6 p.m. and we drove for 26 hours straight. Me, Gabe, and Bart just drove straight to Austin, Texas.
In this van that
in
we're
this
in?
van, straight, no stopping.
You are now listening to I Might Go to the Beach.
I have a bad habit of like having my.
I just put it on my chin, and then so my lips don't touch it.
Dude, that's what the windscreen's for, baby.
Yeah, it sucks. Have you ever got zapped by them?
Yes, I have a lot of times.
Yeah.
During our set in Denton, it was just like a slow, consistent shock because it wasn't grounded. So it just felt like I had chapped lips for the whole set. And it just felt like my lips were chapped, but it was electricity just like coursing through my lips.
Yeah. Do you ever think how gross most microphones that you're? I mean, I
try
usually
real hard
like
not to think about it.
if I'm playing in Graduating Life, which is the other project that he's in, I have a windscreen that I bring.
a custom one.
No,
Or not a custom. I mean, like a personal one.
Yeah, a personal.
Bart's got his own custom mic though. It's got an upside down cross
do.
paint penned on it.
It's
fucking
an
tight.
all right mic. It's like the Sennheiser like 935.
It's like a better than average DIY mic, so that if you show up to the spot and the mic is being super like feedbacky, or if it's super directional, which is just like bad choice, like you can plug in your own mic and it'll usually sound better.
Yeah, it's funny how there can be a whole show, bands can drive 5 hours away, people could have dope equipment, and then you play into a PA that's pretty nice, and they have like...
And they have
$10
fucking Walmart
mic,
A
mics.
$10 fucking audio, whatever the fuck.
Audio
mic.
Technica, bro.
Audio Technica,
Top of the
baby.
line.
Where the switch breaks like on the second
Yeah.
show.
I don't know. I usually try to bring like 2 mics. So like in my box, like if necessary, I have another mic in there.
Cords are another one that people always cheap out on.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is like people don't want to just like invest and get like good quality cables, and then the cables just constantly break. So you'll have a good
I also
mic,
have
but you'll have cheap
a
cables.
good cable too.
Yeah, shout out my friend Judd, juddcables.com.
Shouts out to Judd.
He hand makes them in Richmond.
Is
That's
this how you
tight.
can
These
order
are right
them?
here?
Are these all these cables?
I just
The
put
yellow
in
and
an
the blue
order.
ones, right?
I just put an order, and these aren't though.
For sure.
I should lie. Nobody would know.
You should lie.
but
No, this
Just
is-
kidding. These are all Judd cables.
Oh wow! Look
a
at
few
them.
weeks.
Today's
earlier.
episode sponsored by Judd Cables.
Yeah, I know Ryan makes all his cables by hand.
Yeah, Ryan Ellery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do Connor and Jake. They make all their like patch cables by hand.
Well, isn't that wonderful?
These are badass.
It's so much cheaper if you just know. I mean, I'm so stupid with all
I'm
that
not
stuff.
smart.
though.
Like guitar is enough of a challenge. Like making my gear work. That's enough technology for me for one day.
Yeah, let's go around and
Okay.
say
For
what
sure.
up before we get too deep into this.
So I'm Eric, and I sing and I play guitar in Mom Jeans, and I also play guitar in Bart's band. which is
Welcome
called
back.
Graduating Life. What's up?
And I'm Bart, and I play guitar in Mom Jeans, and I play guitar. This is Eric's thing. So we'll just
You guys just put out a split though.
yeah, we did. So I guess we can plug that. What have you? Yeah, no. Eric also plays in my project, Graduating Life, and so we basically do the same thing in each other's bands, except
Yeah, we just
the
trade off.
main vocal is switched.
I'm sorry, but I downloaded it for free.
Yeah,
I didn't
sure.
steal it, but I downloaded it for free.
Dude,
Is
that's
there a
why
way-
it's free.
Is there a way to? I saw a photograph of like a 7-inch, right? Is that
Yeah.
You can pre-order them.
nice?
They're not going to be
Where?
out for a while because like
It
we
takes
were
forever now.
anxious.
we've been lucky. Like the people that our label goes through like have a pretty quick turnaround time. Like we've on both of the things that we've ordered from them so far. Like the or no, but Chris is going through a different person this time,
Pirates
right?
Press has a quick turnaround.
Pirates Press does have a very quick turnaround,
and so
and you usually end up getting your records before the estimation
you.
time that they give you. Like that's happened for both of our pressings, and that's probably going to happen with the 7-inch because the pre-orders are going pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
we've sold a decent amount of them. So.
Nice. It's crazy what happened. It's like in the 90s, all those places shut down. I remember hearing stories. I was probably too young, but just the cool high school bands or whatever.
Yeah.
They had 7-inches, and I'd hear stories like they had to go to Moscow or like old presses.
Yeah, they had to
because-
like go with like some sketchy website in like
Yeah.
Czechoslovakia and like mail some guy like money and try and get 7-inches. Yeah,
Yeah.
now they're just everywhere.
Huh.
I think I saw like
I'm pretty
last
sure-
month vinyl sales in the UK overtook digital sales.
Really?
Yeah, like they sold more money in vinyl. Like they made more money on vinyl than they did on digital music, which is wild.
It's on the up and up. It's coming.
Yeah.
People got a little bit more money in their pocket now. Economy's doing a little bit better, I guess.
I think people are over the fact that CDs exist now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dead.
CDs probably hit the market. People are like, these are fucking tight. Look at these tiny little things. And then people were like, CDs aren't as cool anymore.
As soon as the iPhone came out, CDs were just like, I don't need this anymore.
So now it's like, if you're going to own a piece of music, like physically, might as well have something that's like a little bit more like
visually appealing,
Yeah,
a little
sure.
bit more concrete. So
it's a lot more of like an experience than
much
like a
more drawn to
CD.
vinyl.
There's no plastic. I think that's the worst part of CDs. If they just figured out a way to like encase them like a record,
Yeah.
people might. I don't know.
Also, if like they didn't scratch so easy because you put them in your car and then it starts. Maybe that's just me.
Maybe I should just get a record player in my car. That would be sick. You gotta
Sounds
flip
like a
the
fucking
vinyl
nightmare.
while you're on the. You're trying to put the settings and get the needle drop right on perfect.
Dude, it would get
when you're driving.
scratched so
Switching tracks would be a nightmare.
Somebody's done it.
I don't. Yeah,
sure.
It's definitely happened.
Some guy with a Volkswagen bus.
I lived in a house where like we had wood floors and it was like above ground. So like when people run through the house or like stomp, it like shakes the floor. Anytime I was listening to a record, if someone like fucking bounced their fucking body into my room,
Yeah, it's all fucked
it would
up.
just like scratch the record, and I was like, well,
There goes that one.
there we go. And they
Yeah.
act like they act all surprised. I mean, it's not their fault, but you know.
Especially
It
if you
is.
don't. I had the shittiest record player forever.
I also just continue to have a shitty record
Yeah,
player.
and they just like ruin your records.
I'm just like in college, and I know like I'm just gonna like break it or like spill beer on it or something, and I don't want to be like, oh, look at my sick $200 turntable, and then I just like break it because I know that I'm gonna break it.
That's definitely true because like I still have the same record player I had in high school, and it's like it's not like one of those Crosley ones, but it's like going back to Audio Technica. It's an Audio Technica. It's just like the cheapest one I could find when I was in high school.
I don't
And
even
so
know enough to know.
got one
That
for,
sounds
like,
good to me. The
I
one
just,
I
like,
had was,
wire it up
thrift
to, like,
store fucking
speakers.
bullshit.
Yeah, I have like a $40 like Amazon like.
But like
one.
apparently people are like, oh, if you replace like the arm and the needle, then it isn't as bad. But also I'm pretty sure it does kind of destroy records because like I played like the fuck out of the first Tiny Moving Parts record on that, and then I went and tried to listen to it like last year, and it was just skipping like
bummer.
a bunch.
Let's talk about South by Southwest.
Okay,
I saw a bunch of photos. It
Yeah.
seems fucking huge now.
it was fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
How long were you guys there?
So we were there.
Tell
for,
me about it.
We were there for 3 days. We left on Tuesday night, and we got there Wednesday night. So we left at like 6 p.m. The last
Wait,
two, like,
start over. Sorry.
So we left. Is today's Wednesday,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah,
today's
today's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So a week ago yesterday, we left Northern California
Okay.
at like 6 p.m. and we drove for 26 hours straight. Me, Gabe, and Bart just drove straight to Austin,
In
Texas.
this van that we're
this
in?
van, straight, no stopping. Like we stopped for gas and to pee, but like we didn't stop for food or anything. We just straight went
No,
through.
yeah.
Did you sleep on rotation or
Yeah, we
something?
slept on rotations.
We worked it out pretty well.
It actually ended up going really well, and leaving the time that we did, we were able to just like haul ass basically straight from the Bay Area to Phoenix, and we got to Phoenix by like 6 a.m, which is like 12 hours from Bay Area to Phoenix is pretty good. So that's pretty good time.
Yeah.
And we were just the whole time. Bart's like, we're making good time. We're doing good. That's
we
our
have, like-
that's our thing
like
now.
18 hours left, and I'm like, we're doing
making
pretty
good time. The guys are
good.
2 hours into a 26-hour drive. Hey, we're making good time.
It's not that bad.
So, but yeah, we just drove straight, and we were on our way to Austin, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do when we got there, because our lodging wasn't set up until the next day. We didn't expect to get in Wednesday night. We expected to get in very early Thursday morning. And
That is good time. You cut
That
an
is good
entire
time.
half
Yeah.
day.
And I was texting like a couple of buddies in other bands, and I was talking to Corey from Prince Daddy and the Hyena, and I was like, "Yo, where y'all staying? Like, where's the hangs? What's the spot? What's happening tonight? Like, we're getting into Austin, baby. Like, let's fucking hang," because I haven't seen him in such a long time. And he's like, "Yo, we're playing at midnight. We're playing a set." Prince Daddy's like first showcase is like tonight, or like not the first showcase, but like one of their first sets of the thing.
When did South by start? That Monday?
South by started on that Monday, and
Okay.
so they had I think they had a showcase like the day before. I saw pictures; it looked really lit, and I realized like, oh wow, we're gonna be in by 10:30. we can make that set. So instead of stopping outside of Austin and getting a hotel or like going straight to a spot and crashing, we drove straight to the gig. And I hopped out of the van and like immediately like all my friends were just right there. Like all these people from like
sweet,
New York and New Jersey, like North Carolina, like the Midwest, Philly, like all these people that I never get to see, let alone in one place. All just like sitting on the one bench, just like drinking beers and hanging out. And
it was like, so rewarding to like get there after 26 hours. We got a parking spot right up front, and then literally just go in
and then just watch Prince Daddy play.
Just watch Prince Daddy play and literally meet everyone that you meet around the country, but they're all just in one place now.
It was like, this is what we fucking drove 26 hours for. It's like we're at South by now.
How crazy are you feeling after no sleep?
I felt fucked up the whole week, and I was barely drinking or anything.
I feel we worked it out well.
We worked it out pretty
the
well.
shifts of the driving worked out to where I feel like we were all pretty well rested, probably except for Gabe.
Gabe was stressing out because his work was not being very accommodating. And they were like trying to like not being aware of the fact that he's in a van driving across states and doesn't have cell reception all the time. And just being like, can you fix this? Can you fix this? So Gabe was super stressed by the time we got there, but I think he just like passed out.
Do you think about like getting to a point where like this is your full time?
Yeah, we're trying to do that very soon. Gabe is trying to quit his job. At some point, like we're all trying to like not have to work at some point and just do music. Like that's the idea.
No good
I'm
time,
already there.
Yeah, Bart's already doing it. Bart's the first one to take the step. As soon as I'm done graduating, like as soon as I'm graduated, I'm not really planning on finding like a job yet. I'm gonna like start making merch for other bands.
If you say
and
it,
start
it becomes
doing stuff.
real.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you play that night though? So you got in?
No, we didn't play that night. But
did you have shows like set up?
Yeah, so the next
Eric
afternoon,
did it all.
Yeah, the next afternoon, Graduating Life had a set at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So Graduating Life played a set at the Alternative Showcase. We spent the day hanging out there, and then Mom Jeans closed the first night of the Alternative Showcase at 9 p.m.
What kind of venues are they?
It was at like a warehouse. It's called
That's
Shirley's
probably
Temple.
one of the pictures that you saw. Is it the one where there's people standing up on like
I'm not sure I remember.
Yeah.
The really colorful ones. But yeah,
when you're just scrolling through shit, it's
pictures are all
but
just
it was like this
and
warehouse, and
flashes.
we were supposed to be playing on the stage, but the drum kit that we wanted to use was set up on the floor already, so we were just like, screw it, we'll play on the floor. A bunch of people showed up. Some kid gave me a shot of Henny during the set. It was tight. It was a good show, and then later that night we played, and I played an acoustic set at Counterintuitive Records South by Southwest after party, which he just like found some shed behind some restaurant and like had acoustic sets until like 2:30 in the morning, and it was sick.
It seems like people have venues set up everywhere, like in a house and a laundromat. And
I feel like everyone's trying to like get a slice of like the South by kind of like experience.
Sure.
So like definitely if I lived in a house in Austin, I'd be like, let's get bands.
Let's book a showcase. Let's take advantage of the fact that all these amazing musicians that are not usually here are here in town. And as a result, there were a lot of showcases where some really big bands ended up playing, and people were like stoked. And it was like kids got to see like Meatwave play, and like got to see Rap Boys play, like bands that people are really, really fucking stoked on right now. Just like playing in someone's house, playing in someone's living room. And it was really, really intimate in that sense. And it was just like everybody's just like partying and everybody's in the hangout mood. And it was just like overwhelming in a good way, kind of. And just like I don't have enough time in the day to like spend time with all the people that I want to spend time with and do all the shit that I want to do while I'm here.
It's funny talking to you guys about it, because just sitting on my fucking sofa looking at the photos, I was thinking, if that was me, would that be worth it to fucking drive and do it?
I mean, in my opinion, it's really easy, like from my perspective.
Yeah, no, it
just
sounds
go
rad.
and do it. But like, absolutely, if you're someone who's thinking about going to a festival like South by or like the Fest or something like that, like, just do it. Like, once you get there, even if you don't have people that you know already, you can just be like, yo, I came here for South by, and you just roll up to people and you just make friends and you just talk, and you're all there for the same reason.
If you live like in the area, definitely. But
Yeah,
I know it
especially.
sounds like you're going all over the place.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, no, I think about it.
So it would probably be, you'd probably enjoy it. I know most people are like recluses and don't want to kind of go out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so easy to be like, well, no, I'm just going to sit at home and do my own shit and consume on the internet. But, I mean, there's for sure something to be said about meeting everybody in meet space instead of...
Yeah, I think it's really, it really says a lot, the fact that just like so many people were there and so many people were hanging out.
And they're there for the music too.
They're there for the fucking music because they love being on tour and they love playing shows and they love being around other people that love doing that too. And it was just like such a pure vibe, and like everybody was there for the same reason, and everybody watched everybody else's bands, and it was just like, yeah, we're all here together. We're doing the thing. Like,
Can you tell in the city? I assume I've been to Austin, but I mean, it's not that big. Can you tell that it's just like fucking crazy?
It's not. I mean,
it's like
for the most part we stayed
because
out
like
of
when
there,
you're going down 35 and like basically between like you see like what is it 6th and 7th Street, it's just
that's like it's downtown.
Yeah, it's just like you're not going there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's just like stay away.
I guess that's funny too. Like your guys' scene is so there's whole other scenes going on in South by.
Yeah,
it's like
it's pretty crazy.
I
like Austin stayed in a hotel
with his dad with a couple nights.
Yeah, for a couple nights, kind of in like downtown, and we went to go pick him up, and it's like insane there. There's just people walking everywhere. But most of the showcases that are like unofficial, or at least the ones that we played, are kind of on the outskirts, except for Camp West Campus,
which was a little bit more close to in town, which is near UT Austin,
which is totally fine. But I'd much rather have it out there because parking's a lot easier to get.
Yeah.
And
you don't
a
have
few
to
of the
deal with
bigger
people.
bands, that came through were like, it's very nice to be away from 6th Street. It's very nice to be away from
because people that are down there are probably also just actually trying to like party and not watch music.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
You know, and
all the people that
if you
were
go
there
out of your way
wanted
to
to
the
be there.
outskirts of the town to go to a showcase, then it's kind of like you're there for the music.
Sure.
You know,
You're not going to drive all the way out there unless you really care about the bands, unless you really want to see those people.
And you guys went to Los Angeles today?
Yeah, we drove from Phoenix to LA today.
How was that?
It was cool. It was fine.
I spent a weekend in Los Angeles. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, LA is weird.
It's
No hate on LA. It's just like it's weird. It's different than what I'm used to.
It just doesn't fucking end, man. It's like when you get up to like DC area, and then it's just like everything's just like a town.
Yeah.
Until you get to like Connecticut, it seems
Until
like.
you get to like the middle of the desert. It's
I just wonder, like, I stayed with a friend, and they took us to Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where Chinatown is. I wasn't driving.
Me neither.
It was late at night. There's nobody there. There's just these kind of, I don't know, it's almost like old time looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes us to an empty alley, and
Of
there's a
course.
sketchy guy with a big beard and a dirty hoodie. And they kind of, my friend talks to the guy and does kind of the handshake with money type thing. And my friend is cooler and more connected than me.
Yeah.
That's how he knows about this. And we enter in this place. We go through like a bead curtain. It's all black, lasers going on. It's full of fog because there's fog machines going on.
Is there anybody in
Sounds
there?
boring.
Yeah, it's packed.
Okay.
It's like a club. It's like a secret club.
It's like a secret club, but it's not like techno music. It's this weird fucking, and it's a show. Like somebody's performing on.
Oh, there's like a show, live music.
But it's
bizarre.
I don't even know. It's all these like bleeps and you can't dance
Like
to it.
8-bit
It's just people
stuff.
kind of just
Making sounds.
It's like that sounds like
sounds
some
tight.
dystopian like future.
It's kind of rad. Somebody hands me a joint. And also it's
Classic.
It's the size of like a
The LA
small
special.
Starbucks. It's not like a big
oh
place.
shit.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
Yeah, we should find this place.
It
Where
was
are we
cool, but I just kept thinking, like, where the fuck am I? What is
Yeah.
Los Angeles? Who are you? Look at people and they're wearing clothes. No
Of
judgment.
course.
They're just like, I don't see you in my normal life. I've never seen you. Where did
Yeah.
you come from?
Did you go there dressed like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you stood out?
No, I mean, they were actually, everybody was super friendly and chill.
Okay, cool.
It was, since it was kind of a secret thing, I
they're
guess.
passing you the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just trip out on Los Angeles, how it's like,
Yeah, me too. It's weird being here, and it's just like I feel like I want to feel comfortable and feel like I'm in my element, but I just don't feel in my element.
I don't
when
know
I'm
where
in
the
LA.
fuck
I just
I
feel out of my
am
element. I feel like I just
in
don't know
Los
where I am.
Angeles.
Everything looks familiar and unfamiliar at the same time.
well, I mean, we're far from are we far from Los Angeles? I took a completely different highway to get here.
Everything from the valley to Temecula is Los Angeles.
That's and I don't know where LA starts and where LA begins. I always say LA, and people are like, "Yeah, dude, that's not LA." So
isn't there like 300 fucking cities or something?
Yeah, there's so many.
In like
there's just like so many.
LA
in the
and
radius.
Orange County.
Just too much.
I mean, there's too much here. I think
Yeah.
it's safe to say they can stop building houses.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say they could do that. I agree.
They're starting to build into the fucking desert now, and it's like, dude, just stop. Like you're reaching. No one wants to live out here.
Dude,
You ran out of space
to take over the conversation again, I was just in. Fuck, I feel like such a LA douche now. But the day after that, we go to Joshua Tree.
Yeah,
Of course.
of course.
I do mushrooms for the first time.
Yikes!
Of course.
Of course. While you're a Joshua Tree,
We go. We don't plan or anything. We're just like, we'll go camping.
Yeah.
Talk about building out in the desert.
Of course.
Every campsite is taken.
Of course.
It's like, fuck. We drive around for 2 hours. Then
You can't just like park on the side somewhere?
Well, we're in the park, and also I'm kind of freaking out because I don't.
Because you're on mushrooms.
Well, no, I'm not on mushrooms yet. We want to get to like a perfect.
you want to get to the place so you can take.
I thought
the
you-
mushroom. But you're
You
apprehensive.
just see the
about it.
sign for Joshua Tree, and you just immediately you're like, okay, we're here.
And I don't want to do
We're
anything.
here. Eat them all.
I don't want to do anything sketchy because I'm like, well, if I do something sketchy, I'm going to be on shrooms.
You're doing
thinking about being sketchy. That's going to freak me out.
If I'm thinking about being sketchy, I'm gonna be sketchy.
So we go to this last campsite, and the camp ranger, he's like, well, there's no campsites, but there is some BLM land, and which is like government land that nobody owns. You can do anything. And he's like,
That sounds a little.
well, you can't drink or start a fire there.
What about mushrooms?
But he's like, you can't do that. But I'm also going to say that if you were to do that, nobody would know.
Oh baby, what a chill ranger.
He's fucking awesome. We go out again to talk about overbuilding in the desert. There's multiple people shooting guns just out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound, I don't know how close they were.
Well, I mean, because where else are you going to go unless you go to a gun range?
yeah, I guess
know
you
what
go
I
to
mean?
this BLM land.
Because, like, at least where I live, people go up into, like, the foothills and go on, like, fire roads and shoot into the canyon
Well, it's
or the hillside. Or
on
the
mushrooms. It's
mountainside.
fucking scary.
Yeah, I
Wait,
bet.
Yeah,
People are
you went
shooting.
to fucking no law land where he's like, you can
It's like
drink,
fucking,
start
it's
fires,
fucking Mad
and do
Max out
mushrooms.
there, bro.
And
No
then
one's
at
gonna
night,
stop you.
We took
Someone's
a
gonna jump out of the sand.
We took a 4-wheel drive truck way up, but down in like the basin, a huge group of people go, and they're having like a fucking rave all night,
Jeez.
driving motorbikes, doing wheelies.
What
and
time of
shit.
year is this?
This is 3 days ago.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
You're fresh.
BLM land. It's like my new thing to search it out. I think there's a whole like.
That sounds terrifying, honestly. I
don't know the laws.
It sounds like you're just driving around discovering a bunch of like bad things, like people shooting guns, and then you come over the crest of a hill and you just start seeing like a rave, miniature Coachella with quads.
Except they were actually really lame. They played that song "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt" at least 3 times.
You should
throughout the
have
night.
taken one of those guns and shot whatever they were playing music out of.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Could have ended it right there. Were you on mushrooms when they were playing that song?
Yeah. Coming down. Have you ever done it?
Oh, I've done it.
Or we don't. Yeah, we don't have to get into it.
No, no, I have.
It didn't hit me that hard. Like I need.
Okay,
I was
how much
super
did you take?
We just had a bag and cut them up and then split
The
it into
standard
3
bag.
ways.
One bag. I'll have one bag, sir. And don't screw me.
Yeah. I was just like hoping that my friend like
Yeah.
you're my guru, please.
He probably maybe he just was a little worried. Was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give you too much.
Yeah, I
type
can't
of
decide
thing.
if it's worse to not go as deep as you want or to go too deep. What would have been?
Yeah, that's a difficult call to make.
I think you do about 1/2, right?
So you're off tomorrow. You go home.
Yeah, I'm off. I go back to school. I have class tomorrow, and I go back to class for 2 days.
You're like a secret agent or something right now, kind of.
Kind of, a little bit. I just like, no one thinks I'm in school right now. I'm just like, cool. That means I must be doing it right? Like, they got
dude, you're
everybody
just messing
fooled.
up.
So
He's not going to get his degree. He's going to fail.
I got a email from my professor yesterday. It was like, hey, you haven't been in class for a couple of days. Are you all right? I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Can you explain? What if you just sent like, hey, I'm doing this thing. You know, people have been liking this record.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting these chances. I feel like I have to do it. Like, come on, just give me a C. I won't go. Like,
It's
That
tempting.
wouldn't happen.
It's tempting, but honestly, at least for me, like I would rather just like do it and not have that conversation and just get the C.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's just like I
Eric
obviously
can do it, too.
I want to do good grades. I want to do good. I want to do good grades. But at the same time, like it's all a balance at this point. And for me, it's just like school's always going to be there. And once I have the degree, that degree is always going to be there.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to take this advantage for school. And you know, like anything else, like everything with the band too, you know, you got to set short-term goals and long-term goals. And you have to, you know, balance that and realize that, yeah, this music thing is fucking sweet and I love doing it. But even if we get to do this for a long time, it's not going to last forever. And the music industry is so fickle, and not even discrediting my own talents, but like crediting the talents of other people. There's so much good music that's coming out that there's no real way to promise that you're going to be able to keep attention on you. There's no way you're going to be able to promise that people are always going to care about your band, even if you don't like stop being good.
No,
it's just
I
like
know,
there's
yeah,
other
yeah.
shit out there, and I want to have that option of being able to be like, no, like this isn't working for me. Like this isn't giving me what I need anymore.
Yeah.
If it was for a long time, that's great. But if I want to leave myself with options so that I don't turn into somebody who feels trapped and then gets bitter.
Sure. I remember what we were talking about last time, though, with you just saying, like, yo, like, people are listening to this. Like, I want to do it, like, hard when I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And
think
that's I think you just got to balance it.
yeah, balance, yeah.
You just got to balance it, and that's what. And luckily, like the four of us are all on the same page with that, and our parents are all kind of on the same page with that, and our girlfriends and like partners are all on the same page with that, at least for now, and kind of understand it's like, okay, yeah, if you guys want to do this for a living, these are the things you have to do, and since those things are happening now, you have to do those things now
For sure.
And luckily, I feel like we get a good amount of support from the people that we need it from, and they help keep us on track. So
What's happening later? What's happened later in the year after this? These last couple of weeks of shows.
Well, so as far as right now, it sounds like he's trying to do something with "I'm Glad It's You." And
hey, I'm trying to do a tour with them. It's very
Just like Chicago.
We're
and
just talking
back.
about it. Hopefully it can work out. If not, oh well. But we'd like to make it happen if we can, because I really like that band.
And then in June, we're definitely
We're doing a
June and July. We're going
full US tour.
Graduating life
Full-
or mom jeans?
Mom jeans.
graduating
Grad life,
life and
full
mom
US,
jeans,
baby.
and we'll probably have the split by then. I mean, I hope so.
We'll hopefully have the 7 inches by then.
Yeah.
They
Sell
look
them.
sweet. I saw is that how the photographs, the splatter?
Yeah, clear.
those look-
yeah.
Clear and yellow. Spot.
And then so we'll have some like support on that. Support. We're just going to be hanging out and having fun. Really, it's going to be Oso's going to be doing some dates, and Perspective, a lovely hand to hold, is going to be doing some dates.
Shortly's going to be doing
and
some dates
Shortly's
with
going to
us.
be doing some dates.
Nice. Do
We're
you know
just
where
gonna-
you're going yet?
We're going US and Canada.
It's almost booked.
Are you like what are the logistics of booking that?
You just
You do it. You make a
just do
spreadsheet.
it.
You're
Yeah.
doing it?
Yeah, I do it. I did the last one too, and
Just a ton of emails.
ton of like a lot of Facebook messages, and then it's just a fucking clusterfuck of like emails, Facebook messages, and text messages. It's
And
just you
Google
get to
Doc
know
spreadsheets.
people, and then like the people that you book with in each city, you're like, all right, this person prefers like this form of communication, or like this form of communication will get their attention more,
Yeah.
you know.
It's almost like having a relationship with somebody booking
But with
something.
like
You have to
40
figure out their
people.
thing.
Yeah.
That's really funny. You kind of also like you learn their lingo. Like some people
Yeah.
are very informal and you'll start like sending emojis or something. Other people are kind of
Other people are dry and don't want to talk to you, but then
Yeah.
when they see you, they want to talk to you.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, everyone's different, and it's definitely we're definitely super fortunate to know people in all these cities and actually have the ability to like, you know, have a place to stay when we go through and have someone that's always down to book something, because before, most of the contacts I got are from touring in my band Meet Me in Montauk, and it's like we toured and we aren't big.
And
so
every
it's like
tour
these
you
people
have,
are just,
you remember the places. Like for us, like off the top of my head, for me, it's like places like Philly, places like Denton, Texas, places like Phoenix.
Where'd you play in Denton?
We played at a house. Our first time we played at a taco shop.
But it's
Denton's got a great
place,
scene, and you learn that there's
Really?
some places you may not think, like you wouldn't necessarily, you know, think that the middle of Ohio would be a great place, but like Akron is one of the best places in the country to play shows.
So basically, if you're not like a gigantic band, like playing the smaller towns of states are kind of like a wise idea, because if you're playing like, let's say like San Francisco or like LA or like New York City,
You're
know,
like eaten
like
up by
you're-
everything.
by everything that's happening there. So if you play like Brooklyn instead of New York City, I don't even know who plays New York City at this level, but you know, if you play that instead, or if you play instead of Austin, you just hit Denton, and then you don't, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about maybe having a good show or maybe not, because you know everyone in Denton is, they want to see a show. You know, I mean, it's same with like my town where I'm from, like Fresno. There's not much to do there, so when there is a show, it's like kids will come out, and you know, kids in my town will usually be like, if they like a band, they'll help them out, because like they have money, because they don't live in like, you know, a 1-bedroom studio that costs like $2,000-$3,000.
They also, I mean, this is a stereotype, but I think they also care a little bit more. They're like, oh, thank you for coming here.
Yeah.
Instead
It matters to them more when you're in a big city. When you live in New York City, when you live in somewhere like Chicago, and you live somewhere like San Francisco, there's already enough shit for you to do.
Yeah.
There's already so
and
much
you're
going
usually
on.
Slammed. You're probably
You
working.
probably
your ass
work a
off,
fuck
you know?
ton. You probably are broke and, you know, trying to make shit happen in your own life. You don't have any extra resources to, you know.
Yeah. So the
Exactly,
smaller
to throw
towns
out to people. So
smaller
it's
towns
like,
are
you
fun
do what you
because
can,
those people
but-
are just laid back, but very stoked at the same. Just like stoked.
It
people
feels
are
like a
coming
mutual
through.
thing. It feels like they're stoked that we are coming to their town and bringing music and bringing something to do, and we're stoked because we get to connect with people and make new friends and play a great show.
Yeah,
and it's just everybody works out.
How are you guys? Are you going to stay in the like San Francisco area when you graduate and stuff? Talk
I think
about
it sounds
big
like
city.
Austin and Gabe are trying to move back to LA, back with their family. I'm going to stay in the Bay Area, live with my dad, but we're going to make it work. I think we're going to be touring a lot, so it's like the time that we do have at home, we're gonna like to have to ourselves. You know, we're gonna want to spend time with our family and our significant others and stuff like that. And
Sure.
just like we're trying to hit the road hard. We're trying to tour a lot. And I realize that doesn't come without a price, and that doesn't come without a toll on your body and on your psyche. And I want to make sure that we have enough time away from each other that when we have to spend 40 days in a van together, we're not all at each other's throats.
Yeah, that's smart. And I guess also not try to get a super nice apartment and then be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
For 9
Like,
months.
why would I find a super nice apartment and have to pay $2,000 a month, and then I'm gonna be gone like a third of the year?
I live in Fresno. I don't even think you could find an apartment for $2,000. You got to move to Fresno, baby. It's nice there.
It is nice. In
Should we
Fresno.
start going? I don't want to hold us up too much. Are people already in the venue?
I think people are starting to do, and the first band's gonna start playing soon.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Let's call it
Absolutely.
wraps.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Do me a favor and punch me right in the face. It'll save me the trouble and the pain I felt inside.